I love this. Director Kenneth Branagh has expressed interest in returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe to direct a final installment of the Thor franchise. Now, having directed the original 2011 film that launched Chris Hemsworth's tenure as the God of Thunder, and is, by the way, the second most underrated comic book movie in history, just next to Man of Steel, and I saw it in theaters 7 times, Branagh revealed in a recent interview that he has long envisioned and thought about doing a glorious Twilight send-off for Thor. He credits James Mangold's gritty superhero masterpiece Logan as a tonal inspiration. While he acknowledges that Marvel's future roadmap may already be completely locked in stone, Branagh believes a poetic, sunset-style conclusion would be a beautiful way to wrap up Thor's long-running arc. Branagh's incredible resume includes directing and starring in highly acclaimed adaptations such as the Oscar-nominated Henry V back in 1989, the lively romantic comedy Much Ado About Nothing in 1993, and the visually stunning 4-hour epic of Hamlet in 1996. Disney's blockbuster live-action reimagining of Cinderella, which, by the way, is probably the best live-action adaptation they've done, is also his, and his semi-autobiographical coming-of-age drama Belfast back in 2021 got him an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay and nominations for Best Director and Best Picture. Kenneth Branagh, Rob, is simply the man, and I love his Thor movie. You know, they brought him back for just one little thing. Some people don't know this. At the beginning of Infinity War.
Oh, yeah.
Right? When Infinity War starts and you hear the distress signal being sent out from Thor's ship, that's Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
They got to come in and do this. Anyway, Rob, Kenneth Branagh is saying he'd like to come back and direct another Thor movie, do a Logan-style Thor movie. What would you think about that?
Dude, I love Kenneth Branagh. You know, his first feature film was an adaptation of Henry V that he stars in. You know, We Few, We Happy Few, that St. Christmas Day speech.
With a very young Christian Bale.
I love that movie so much, and I'm a big Kenneth Branagh fan. And what's great is what he has, being a Royal Shakespeare Company savant and a Shakespeare savant. I mean, I love his Hamlet. If you haven't seen his 4-hour Hamlet, what's wrong with all of you?
His Hamlet's amazing.
You know, the people are like, what's Hamlet? Alas, but I think that he would do a great job. Sorry, I think he would do a great job. I mean, because he understands how to make something both Shakespearean and very grounded. Like, he understands. Like, I don't think. Look, I recently rewatched his movie Dead Again. It came out in 4K.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about
It's
that.
not good.
It's not. No, there's a reason why I haven't remembered that one.
It's not good, but I watched it. But I do think overall he's provided me with many hours of enjoyment, and I think his sensibility is perfect for Thor. And wanting to do, you know, Godfall Thor, whatever it's called, Whalefall Thor. He'd get out of that whale. I think it could be great. I'd love to see that movie. I think it'd be great to bring him back.
Listen, and I simply think that I don't know that the MCU is where it is today if it wasn't for that first Thor movie. I mean, yes, Iron Man kicked it off 100%. Like, it really did. But that Thor movie followed that up beautifully.
I can't agree with you more, because my whole thing when they started the MCU, I was all like, how are they going to make us believe that Iron Man can exist in the same universe as Thor? I'm like, there's no way, much less have Captain America. And I think that was the genius of the MCU, was making all 3 of those characters believable. And when you put them together in that Avengers movie, if you didn't believe that those 3 characters could coexist in the same frame, the MCU never would have worked. And that was the genius. I think you're right. I think Kenneth Branagh's handling of Thor, especially when he got brought down to earth, because it could have been too broad. The broad humor was there, like when he's drinking and smashes the glass. If Taika Waititi had directed the first Thor, it wouldn't have worked.
I agree.
And I think that what Kenneth Branagh did was maybe as vital to the MCU as any other director's contribution to the series.
Because when you look at the first Iron Man, right, it's a guy. There's a fantastical element to it because he's so smart with science that he makes his armor. With Captain America, it's a guy. There's a fantastical element because he gets this elixir, this serum that they manufactured and let him kind of become this super soldier.
Yeah.
But Thor was the first time that they truly went into the fantastical. Can you take the fantastical and make it feel like it fits right in with what they did with Thor and with Captain America? And you're right. If they didn't nail that at that point, I don't know how you recover from that in an MCU. Kenneth Branagh found a way to bring his Shakespearean weight, his wonderful wit, and just made it all work. And by the way, not only did it give us Chris Hemsworth as Thor, but it gave us Loki as one of the most beloved characters in all of the MCU
And
as well.
Odin and the Warriors 3.
Oh, it gave us so much. And that's
and
why,
Asgardian Gort.
that's why I call it the second most underrated, underappreciated comic film of all time. So I love this. Now, look, I don't think Kenneth Branagh is going to come back and do another one. I think as you know, the story points out, and Kenneth Branagh points out himself, it looks like Kevin Feige usually operates on a 5-year plan. And so I don't know if there's room for him to suddenly slide in this extra Thor movie, but all I know is this. If it ever did happen, sign me up. I wouldn't be able to wait for it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The great Kenneth Branagh is saying he would love to come back and direct another Thor movie, kind of giving him a send out like a Logan-style Thor movie. I would love to see something like that. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.